report. Superintendent Kingsley, would you like to make remarks?
Sure, thank you. Members of the board, members of the community, good evening. It's great to be with you tonight. I'm really excited, as you said, President Pedersen, regarding the academic focus in our monitoring report tonight. This is my first opportunity to kind of think about how we're driving accountability throughout the course of the system. And I'm grateful not just for the conversation that we had tonight, but also what we had in these same chambers on Friday afternoon in partnership with all of our high school principals and staff around not just taking a look and admiring our data, but really beginning to think about how we drive ownership and alignment of our work to make systemic improvements, not isolated improvements. So I want to thank you for your support in service of that. I'm also really grateful for the various levels that our community and business continues to engage our district. We had just last week our second quarterly business engagement opportunity. I was really pleased with the level of turnout around how our community is beginning to organize itself to support our district priorities in creative ways. It's not just through money, it's their ideas, their time, their expertise, and their partnership. So as we continue to build systems of collaboration across our district, I think that we're seeing two things. One, trust is building, both in the system and outside of the system with where we're moving forward with our work, but we're also trying to build win-win situations. Not just for the adults in our community, but for our students, to make sure that we're figuring out ways to partner, to build our efficacy, to strengthen our reach in terms of the number of students that we're positively impacting in our system, and I remain to be encouraged about that. And I also want to publicly thank the Fort Collins Chamber of Commerce, who asked me to attend their Legislative Affairs Subcommittee on Friday. I really enjoyed the level of engagement in those particular meetings and look forward to continuing to deepen that partnership as well. Another update that I believe that we should collectively be excited about tonight is continuing to show a level of transparency around our fiscal stewardship. Later on this evening, we'll talk about our Bond Reserve Allocation Committee. Sometimes we as staff, as we know, we can't help ourselves with acronyms, refer to that as the BRAC. But we're going to be giving an update to the community as well as you as a board tonight regarding how we are continuing to use taxpayer funds that were approved in the 2016 bond to address critical needs in our system. And we want to thank publicly our taxpayers for their continued investment in our district. The last thing that I will share with you is we continue to want to listen to our students. Together as a community, we heard from some of our young adults both earlier tonight in our dinner session and also previously when we talked about our approach to building wellness in our mental health capacity, not just for our students but for our staff, is that we need to be creative around how we're making sure that all of our students, not some, are aware of the resources, the know-how of how to manage and cope and build resilience with what they may be experiencing either currently and have experienced in the past, or hopefully never, potentially may even experience something in the future. We have a great presentation called See Something, Say Something tonight. That is a start of that. It's not the end-all, be-all. But it's important that we have collective awareness that when we do see something in the system that we know how to access resources and or to report things that we know that we need assistance and need to engage in. I had an opportunity today to go over to Rocky Mountain High School today for almost 2 hours. And I had an opportunity, if you remember our last meeting, we had recognized 2 members of the SAVA Center, which stands for the Sexual Assault Victim Advocate Center, which were Hope and Miranda. And as a follow-up to that community-wide engagement, they asked me to come see what the work looks like in practice, and had a chance to go visit Rocky and met with Principal Woodall and met with 2 of their peer counselor teachers, Mr. Bullock and Miss Anaya, excuse me. And what was incredible is I watched 3 upperclassmen, Trey, Olivia, and Ryan, facilitate a sexual assault and resource team education training for all of about 60 to 75 underclassmen in the school. It was powerful to watch students empowering and equipping other students with the knowledge, the know-how, and the skill set to navigate the complexities of sexual assault, sexual harassment, and looking at the data of knowing how much nationally, how many of our students and our community members are negatively impacted by the trauma that is in that circle is quite significant. quite significant. And to see our students be equipped to empower and help others was incredibly insightful, and I was just blown away by it. And again, this is the beginning. These things have been in place for a while, so I want to say that too. It's not the beginning. It may be the beginning for me in terms of being able to look under the hood to see how powerful some of the things that we have in place. But a lot of it, we have to continue to figure out ways to scale and expand to make sure that we leverage some of these community resources to partner with our teachers, to partner with our students, to continue to scale efficiency, effectiveness, and health and wellness. I couldn't be more proud to had an opportunity to, as a result of what happened in this room, to be invited to see that in practice. So I wanted to elevate that and thank all of the people that were a part of that. And I know that's happening across the system, not just in Rocky Mountain High School. I think we have over 160 student peer counselors that have been certified to train on this across the system. And I was just really enthusiastic and excited about it and want to share that with you for the whole community. And lastly, I'm hopeful that the community as well as you have had a chance to see the first episode of the Doing the Work series. I had a really great time working with our communications team and getting a chance to meet Primavera, who is just an incredible, bright light in this district, in this community. And you saw the level of leadership and joy and expertise that she brings to the table every day. I wanted to do a special call out that we're looking to figure out what episode 2 and episode 3 and episode 4 looks like. So if you're one of our staff members that's out there and has a story to tell and wants us to help share that, and I can figure out a way to make this system better as a result of learning from you, I ask that you reach out to our communications team directly so we can figure out a way to reach out and engage as we're continuing to explore what that looks like moving forward. But that was such a pleasure to tell that story and to be a part of it and be a part of this community, and I thank you for the opportunity to share my comments tonight.
That's great. Thank you very much. I really appreciate the insights that you give to what's going on, what you see, and how that reflects so well on the rest of the organization. Thank you.
Thank you.